Hey, Dan Miller here again. Got another pepper video to submit here. This is actually out of my garden as opposed to the habanero that I bought from the grocery store last time. Uh, it's just a jalapeno. The only difference is I went ahead and let it ripen to the red color that they get to instead of picking it premature at green. Still got a little bit of that dark black green color off the back side of it. But from what I've read and understand, they're supposed to get hotter as well as a little sweeter when they get the red color. So I figured that everybody in the world has eaten jalapenos and they're kind of boring, so I'd at least try to throw a little twist into it and see if I could get it a little hotter and maybe a little different. What I'm going to do with it, since it's such a huge freaking pepper, at least comparatively to a lot of the smaller chilies, I am going to go ahead and cut it down to get to the seeds and membrane, which I'll eat, but get rid of this top side here that is pretty much just empty. So with a little bit of movie editing magic here, we'll go ahead and cut it down and move it to this. So as you can see, we still got all the membrane and seeds up inside of there. Actually, when I cut the end off, it went all the way to the end, which I'm not normally have seen. It's usually kind of empty at the end. But anyway, so we still have all the hot stuff that makes it good and or terrible, however you think about it. Just like the last time before, I've got my glass of milk and some bread, just in case I wuss out. I personally kind of feel like these have always been worse than anything else I've tried. I don't know why, but they just seem to burn faster and up into my nose more than some of the other chilies that I've tried. So I'll see how I go, but I've been working up quite a bit of a tolerance recently, so this may be similar to the habanero where I kind of just sit there and look stupid. So anyway, ripe jalapeno out of my garden. Definitely sweeter. The worst part is swallowing all that crud. So burns right away. Nothing like the habaneros. I mean, the habaneros, you chew into them and you think what's everybody freaking out about, and then they hit. But this, as soon as you chew it up, starts to burn. Like all the other peppers, starting to sweat. Burning's really not that bad though. I mean, you get it all across the roof of the mouth and the lips. But unlike the habanero, you don't get that wave that just keeps intensifying. Once you're there, you're kind of there, so it doesn't seem to be quite so panic-stricken. I didn't get the end here. That little stub didn't come off, and I wasn't going to take the time to pick it out of there, so didn't eat the whole thing. But yeah, they're definitely better when they're ripe. I mean, the green ones have kind of a grassy taste to them, which is one of the reasons why I don't like the green jalapenos so well by themselves. I always kind of feel like I'm chewing on grass. This one definitely has like a sweeter, fruity is what you always hear with peppers, but a sweeter flavor. It at least makes it better to eat by itself. On nachos, I don't know if I've noticed that big of a difference, but definitely better flavor overall. I've got a ton of them, so I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with them. I have 4 plants, and I've been leaving them on the vine on the plant for the most part, and they're all ripening. So I may take them up to work and have some people try them. I don't know if you can tell, but the sweat's going. Glasses are. But in terms of heat, not much to write home about. I had somebody write a comment on my habanero post that I needed to try like fresh grown ones, like at a farmer's market or something. I'm gonna try to find one like that at our local farmer's market. As for the jalapeno out of the garden, I mean, it's fresh. It hasn't had any chemicals or fertilizers added to it, and I'm not noticing any real major difference. I even, when I was growing them, made an attempt to follow directions on how to make them hotter, like kind of like holding back watering to intensify heat, and that doesn't seem to have made a huge issue or difference, but it's hot though. Making my nose run. But yeah, it's already going away. I mean, just heat down the middle of the tongue. Definitely sweating. Not my idea of a good time, but definitely manageable. I would say if the habanero, if you want to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, for what I've had, it's definitely a 10. This is probably in the neighborhood of like a 4 or 5. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. A lot of videos I know go for 10 minutes while somebody sits there, but I feel like 10 minutes of me sitting here trying to kill time isn't really that impressive. So if you do have an idea as to a pepper that I'm not aware of, especially locally that I can find in Oklahoma, I'm having a hard time finding stuff in grocery stores, and I'm hitting the end of the growing season and haven't had a chance to really plant anything this year, since this has kind of become a new thing for me. But if you have an idea for pepper to try, I'd like to get my hands on one of those really, really hot ones, like the Ghost Chili, I think it's called, but I'm not too sure where you can locate them, if you have to buy them online or what. So drop me a comment and let me know. See you later.